Hi, this is Tim Wells, Summer's husband, and after a couple months here of using Norwex and Summer just loving it, I figured I would throw together some things to help her out and just share a husband's perspective. When she first came with the idea about Norwex, the first question I asked was what's this going to cost? And she followed up by explaining the premise of going chemical free and all the savings that was going to or the help that's going to do for for our family. And I certainly bought into that. But a lot of what I do for my job is doing ROIs and simple paybacks and different projects and what are they going to cost, and what's my savings going to be, and is this a wise project or investment to make and take. And so I'm just going to share real quick some notes that I made and in choosing to go with Norwex. And once she had convinced me that this was the best way to go when it comes to the health and safety of our family, I had to crunch some numbers to try to justify it in my own mind. So here we're just going to run through maybe 3 or 4 just basic cleaning needs that Summer presented, and I took the numbers and ran with them to see how fast would we pay ourselves back in savings, and then what would be the future savings along those lines. First thing that we had was for cleaning hardwood and tile floors. We have tile floors in our kitchens and bathrooms, and then hardwood floors in our dining room, living room, and some of the hallways. And this is a system that we currently had. We had a Swiffer floor mop, and we're constantly buying refill packs. I did the calculations on probably needing about 4 packs a year, in that we would wash the floors even just briefly, needing probably two of those Swiffer pads every weekend, and then cleaner refills and the costs associated there. And I came up with a cost of about $112 for the initial starter kit, and then refill packs and cleaner refills. Compare that to the Norwex solution of the Superior mop system, which is about 113. So my simple payback for that was just 1 year. So in addition to going chemical free and the mop actually being a lot easier to handle with the ergonomic design structure, this seemed like an obvious way to go, especially when I took the 5-year cost into consideration. Where once I have the Swiffer system, I'm really just buying refills and then new pads, which could cost me and would cost me probably around $80 a year, and that's probably a conservative estimate, because that's not taking into consideration when guests would be here and you're doing the random house cleanings in the middle of the week, or for special events and holidays and things like that. So my 5-year cost ended up being about $432 for the Swiffer system, compared to the Superior mop, where in year 4 I simply added replacement mop heads. Not that you would need that necessarily per se, but just in case you wanted to have a new set there. Replacing those in year 4 would be a cost of $50 for a total cost about $163. Finally, there, the savings pays for itself in 1 year, based on normal spending, and a 5-year savings of $270. And that was significant for me in the sense of not having to go back and continue to rebuy the same product over and over and over, as those things would wear out and be disposed of. And then obviously the side benefit, which for a lot of the moms and for dads too, is a primary benefit too, of getting rid of chemicals, residue, and it being a faster, more efficient way to clean. And I was typically the one that would have to run out to the store on Saturday morning and get extra supplies when we noticed we ran out right when we were getting ready to start cleaning. Need number 2, it goes into the bathroom with toilet bowl cleaning. That's probably one of the biggest, most common areas or things that are cleaned, in addition to just general cleaning. And so I ran off of what we currently use, and we just had one of those wand systems where you wet the little head, and it has the cleaning solution built into it with a disposable sponge, and you clean your toilet bowl and throw that away. Of course, we had that stored right next to the toilet, or underneath it, where we were somewhat constantly aware of where our daughters were in relation to that, not wanting her to get into that. Toilet bowl cleaning or cleaning solutions being the #1 toxic thing in the home. I know you could also have run this calculation with that, in addition to maybe some Clorox liquid that you'd put around the rim of the toilet, but I opted to hold that one off here. So I went with the Clorox toilet wand system. initial cost there. You've got 20 refills per set. And we would go through. We have 2 bathrooms, so every Saturday we would probably go through 2, maybe 3 heads, depending on how dirty the toilet was. And then we usually had, if not a liquid bowl cleaner, we'd have some kind of Kaboom foam cleaner, and we would go through maybe 3 of those cans a year, and those are about $4 per. So a year one total of around 70. Compared to the Norwex solution and their toilet brush system running at 60. And I did love the fact that I could leave this out because it's non-poisonous, non-corrosive, and vegetable-based. I could have this right next to the toilet and not worry about my daughters getting into it, but then the added benefit of it pays for itself in roughly 10 months. Then after that, all I'm doing is buying the yearly refill, because the solution, they say, typically will last a solid year, if not longer. So my Norwex side, I'm only buying the $20 refill pack, which gives me a 5-year cost around $220 compared to a 5-year total cost of constantly buying refills. And that's not saying, my wand is going to last, is not going to need to be replaced as well. But total cost there, $315 for a total savings of about $95 over the 5-year period, and would pay for itself in roughly 10 months, in addition to eliminating the #1 toxic substance from the house, which is all the toilet cleaning products. Need number 3, and this wasn't so much a financial savings as much as it just made a lot of sense, with dryer sheets being the #2 most toxic thing in the house, as well as something that people find themselves somewhat allergic to after kind of tracking down what their allergies might be. Dryer sheets are in the top two most toxic things in the home, next to toilet bowl cleaners. Snuggle dryer sheets cost right around $6 for a pack of maybe 200. We do maybe 4 loads of laundry as a family of 4 every week, and doing sheets and kids' clothes as well as our own. We would probably use typically 2 of those dryer sheets each time, equaling out to about 400 sheets a year, or needing maybe 3 boxes. Annual cost of $11, maybe more if I have to get a 3rd box, of 15, 16. But I was concerned with the chemicals and the animal fats that were used in those substances. Norwex's solution, the Fluff and Tumble dryer balls, this is their higher end. They have regular dryer balls. These Fluff and Tumble ones actually reduce the static clean, are said to assist in drying the clothes more quickly, which can reduce your electrical bill in that use of the dryer by 25%. But also allows for fragrances, other things to be added in there, which for summer I know was a benefit. The payback here for this one, in 5 years' time, I'll have approximately spent $55 on dryer sheets, if not more. But the Norwex solution in this case only costs $30, so it saves you $25. Not huge, but big in the sense that it does get rid of the chemicals in the dryer sheet problem, and over time is beneficial financially. The last one here is just general cleaning. And this was the initial one that Summer brought in trying to proceed into the Norwex experiment, so to speak. And general cleaning, one of the things that I hated purchasing, more than anything else, was paper towels. We would go through loads of paper towels when we would clean, in addition to Clorox wipes. And you can see the prices there, about $14 for a 12-pack. And we would go through at least a pack and a half, maybe 2 packs paper towels a month, in addition to needing to purchase your general cleaner. I just added in here a Windex multi-purpose, which you could use for windows, mirrors, things like that, or other places as well. Calculated it out on a general Saturday cleaning, we would probably go through maybe 25 wipes, and doing the counters, portions of the floor, areas where the Swiffer couldn't get, as well as bathrooms and things like that. In over a year's time, probably 6 bottles of a general multi-purpose cleaner, for a total cost there around $116, compared to all of those things being able to be solved by the Norwex EnviroCloth and polishing window cloth. And you can see the price there. The total there is about $35. Now, I think that most people would probably recommend getting 2, so that would double your price if you got 2 sets, and jump that up to $70. But at the same time, the payback here over 5 years, I'm spending about $580 and change on general cleaning products. That's an annual yearly cost. Compared to Norwex, I can get away with substituting that with two of those cloths, the Enviro cloth and the window cloth or polishing cloth, right around $35, which my total cost after year 5 is still the same, because they say that these cloths will last a minimum of 5 to 7